Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 11th of September 2019. Thanks for being here with me today. I'm using the classic tarot for today's reading, and I just want to have a look at what the day's energy is about. And I was thinking about this the other day, and it popped into my mind as this endless necklace, this endless pearl necklace, where each day is a pearl of its own and has a different mood to it. And we're just moving along this necklace from pearl to pearl to pearl, or from bubble to bubble, on this endless journey. Whether we're here on earth or we're doing something else spiritually, we're always moving forward, I think, anyway. So let's see, we've got the Queen of Swords. We've got Il Diavolo, excuse any Italian person watching for my pronunciation, and the English people watching. Seven of swords. Yeah. Okay. So the Queen of Swords, Judge Judy. Okay, she's the woman who's saying baloney. I've heard it all before. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. Hello, wake up. This is the way it is. This is my judgment. I don't care about your feelings, if you're upset or not. You owe this person £4,000. Give them the £4,000 back, or we'll throw you in prison. That's the kind of energy. So the Queen of Swords, you have to always remember with these court cards, they've been on a journey. They started out as the Page of Swords. They had no experience, and then they were trained in the element of swords, which is thinking, communication, the way you think, the way you see the world, like what ideology or what religion you take on, It's a big subject. And out of all of the court cards, the sword people have to, because you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Out of all of the elements, the court cards who take up the element of sword are the ones who have the hardest time of it, because they have to make the most difficult decisions. And they show up in life when really we need to stand up for ourselves. It's our own inner assertiveness. So she started as a page. So if something in your life went wrong, you'd be like, what's going on? Or if someone said, I'm going to search you, you're like, okay, and you just spread your arms and let this person search you. If you were the Queen of Swords, you would have been through that several times, and you would say, excuse me a second, can I see some ID, please, before I allow you to search me without any cause, like to a policeman, So, she's been around the block, she's been around for a while. She's an experienced woman. She's seen every different color of the rainbow. She's seen every different relationship, every petty crime, every criminal deed that was ever done. She's been there. She's heard it. She's gone through everything. So here it's a widow. And a widow is someone who lives in the past, really, because a widow is no, I don't, and I want to be very careful about this subject, because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because obviously I don't know what it's like to be a widow or a widower. A widower or widow, just to describe it, is someone who's lost their husband or their wife because that person has died. Okay, so that's an event that happened, and that kind of gives them this label of, I am now a widow because I'm someone who was married and I lost a husband or I lost a wife. And it's not so much that you're living in the past, but you've got a title from the past, so to speak. It's almost like baggage. I'm a widower. I'm a widow. And it keeps you kind of stuck to labels and to minutia details and horrible, sticky little demons that you have to trample on to keep them at bay. So those kind of things keep you grounded. Because, I mean, you could also say she's Judge Judy. She's a judge. Doesn't have to be a widow. She's a judge. Or she's a CEO of a major company. Or she's on the Supreme Court. Or she's Anna Wintour, Anyone who's in a position of leadership, who has to make tough decisions, who says this is intelligent, this is good, this is what we've worked towards. This isn't just everyday run-of-the-mill information. This is really excellent. This is important. So that energy is with you, and use the energy of her experience and her wisdom rather than getting caught up in tiny little details that will keep you obsessed. Okay, because here we've got the Seven of Swords, and that's secrets. It's like battling yourself. Secrets keep us sick. That's why in the 12-step groups, it's so good to get rid of your secrets, whether you share things in the meetings or with your sponsor. You're able to let go of secrets, which, before felt like I'm going to take this to the grave. And when you feel that way, it's like, okay, this is something that's going to shape my future now. A thought like that, taking on a thought like that is such a burden. I'm going to take this to my grave. It's the same as I'm a widower. I'm a widow. It just kind of bogs you down. I'm a widow with secrets. And the devil does a little dance because it's like, hooray, I've got what was once a free spirit, a person who came into this world naked and who could be anything or anyone they choose. And I have now got them in a state where they're labeled negatively, they feel bad about themselves, and they're miserable. What does this say? Instinctiveness. Instinctiveness. Okay. So in this deck, the devil is acting out of instinct. So a widow acting out of instinct would keep secrets. Yeah. Of course the widow would, I guess, keep secrets, especially if she wanted to move forward with her life, because then she wouldn't go around saying, oh, hey, I'm a widow, I'm a widow, I'm a widow. She would kind of keep it under her hat a little bit so that she wouldn't be bound by it. So instinct is right. So first of all, today, watch out for labels and watch out for, listen to your instinct, to your gut. And when it comes to secrets, get those out. Tell someone you can trust, because being labeled is going to make you feel bad and is going to prevent you from achieving anything today. And if you hold secrets, that's going to make you feel badly about yourself. And both of those things will keep you trapped and hooked. So the way forward is to liberate yourself. So to watch out for labels and to watch out for things that you could never tell anybody. I would die if I told someone. If that resonates, then that means that you should tell that secret to someone. When you tell it, it's going to be, oh, what a relief. This person isn't looking at me with disgust and hatred in their eyes. they still see me as a human being who did something that wasn't ideal, but it happened. So don't let yourself be dragged down today. You're a clever, observant, brilliant mind. You know when someone throws something at you today intellectually, instinctively. If someone's like, oh, hello, welcome, it's so nice to have you back. And meanwhile, they're thinking, oh, here we go, this chick is back. She's always been demanding and I'm going to have to work my butt off now. You'll know that instinctively. You'll understand what other people's agendas are, what's going on, what keeps them trapped. Because to a certain extent, most people are victims of their lives. And very few people, I wouldn't say most people are victims of their lives. I would say some people are victims of their lives. And what I mean by victims of your life is you accept the circumstances as they come along and you go with whatever is expected of you next. So you just kind of you just move forward the way you're expected to by society. You never intervene with your own thoughts where you think outside of the box and you say, hey, actually, I could use this to do this. Or, actually, I don't want to go through this process of, grieving and shutting myself away for a couple of months and then taking some small job where I wouldn't have to face anyone because I'm still a widower and I'm still grieving. Instead of that, you could suddenly think that this is done now. My wife wouldn't want me to live this mundane, awful existence. She would want me to dance and thrive and succeed. And she'd want me to, move on with my life. So don't let the man get you down. Don't let yourself be labeled as a loser or as someone who didn't achieve anything or you had so much potential. Anything like that makes you feel bad about yourself. Pat yourself on the back for all the good things that you've done. And anything that you're ashamed of, where you still look over your shoulder and you're like, oh my God, if I met this person in the street, I'd run away. Anything like that, make amends, talk to those people. Say, I cheated back then and I lied. I said I didn't cheat when you accused me of cheating. And the reality was I actually was cheating and I'm so sorry I lied. I didn't have the courage to tell you and I'm really sorry. And then you may get a thank you or you may get someone slamming the door in your face, but at least you've done your bit and it's out of your system. Or it's, I'm sorry I trampled all over you in the play just to get to the lead position and that I sabotaged you. I'm sorry I was so untrustworthy or two-faced and I was such a snake and on and on and on. So make amends and think outside of the box and remember that you are whoever you want to be. In fact, this day is a great opportunity to cut away what is expected of you and to reject the labels that people put on you and to choose again and to come to terms with what happened in the past, living in the past. That came up early for me. So it's time to put an end to what's happened in the past. And if there are reparations to be made, then to make them and to have new ideas and to move forward in your life in a new direction. This chapter is now closed. So any of those states where you either feel completely labeled, in a situation, either the family labels you or the institution, the people you live with, the other roommates judge you and label you a certain way. If you're in a situation like that and you've been reduced to a label, get out of that situation. Don't allow yourself to be treated that way. If you're being eaten up by guilt about what you did that night, and you're afraid to get tested because what if, then tell someone about that and close the door on it. You know? In that case, it would open another door. It would probably, well, go get tested and I'll go with you. But it's actually taking the things that you're scared of, facing them, and instead of letting yourself be consumed by them, doing a merry little dance and saying, I'm not going down, I'm not going down. You can't, because you're not going down. You're going to continue on. You've continued this far. You're not giving up now. And all of this makes you stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So look at how amazingly resilient you are. With all the stuff you're going through, you're even like doing this. So give yourself a pat on the back. So number-wise, we've got 1 and 15 is 16, and 7 is 23, 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 is about freedom. So it's freedom from fear and secrets, and it's freedom from being labeled. And it's you having the freedom to reinvent yourself and to be whoever you want to be. You're your own special creation. Let your imagination inspire you, and then when the bright colored, amazing entity that is you comes back, let us be awed and entertained and amazed by who you are and what you truly look like and the real you. I love it when people kind of express themselves through the fashion and the way they look and things like that. Okay, so that's what I get for you today. Have a wonderful day. If you would, freedom from fear is a pretty good day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the astrology, I use tarot and numerology. That gives me a really big overview of who you are. The astrology chart I draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a rectification with me. That's a process where I can work out your time of birth. Once I have the chart, it's a blueprint of your soul. So what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's happening for you in finances and romance and relationships. So if you have any questions, please order your reading with me, gregoryscott.com, and click on book your session. If you like the video, please hit subscribe, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.